Now, how did they treat her for the jaundice?
They put her under bilirubin or UV lights, which helps to break up the bilirubin in the system, and so that she can excrete it, because that's the only way to get rid of it. So,
how long was she under the lights?
3 days, and then they said, okay, she can either go home tomorrow and you have to get the portable biliary lights for at home, or she could stay one more day and do it one more day in the hospital. Whereas if she had gone home that day earlier, it would have been probably like another 3 or 4 days at home, because the exposure is a little bit different. So it was 4 days.
Does she have any repercussions from having the jaundice?
No.
Are you nervous that you might get type 2 diabetes later in life because of the gestational diabetes?
Not really because of the gestational diabetes, because I don't know if there is a link or not. I was concerned because I was obese. I was really big. When I got pregnant, I was obese. Obviously, throughout my pregnancy, I gained more weight, so you get a little bit heavier. That was my concern. And then when Anna was 1, I actually made a change in my life, and I'm down like 50 pounds. I still feel like I have more weight to lose, but really, what woman in the U.S. doesn't? Or a lot of men too. But now that my weight is more under control, I don't feel as concerned. Plus, I'm much more active, and I run and stuff like that. Although just type 2 diabetes does run in my family.
Would you ever have another child, or did your complications change your decision to conceive again?
No more biological kids, but it has nothing to do with complications and all that. I don't know if this class knows. I had plastic surgery over break. I actually had a tummy tuck, and I won't do anything to negate that. It was a lot of money. It was it was uncomfortable. It was a lot of recovery. So no more biological children, but I do want to foster/adopt once I'm done with school and Anna's a little bit older.
That's it.
How about a few questions for Michelle? I have a question. My first one was, how did you cope with all the stress? And I'm sure you're worried about how the baby would turn out. Did you go to therapy, or was there support, emotional support in the family?
How did I cope with it? Anyone who knows me well, or even not well, I'm a very strong person. Stress, I tend to thrive on stress. So I just I read, I researched whatever I could. The more knowledge that I have, the more comfortable I am with whatever it might be. I'm a talker, so I was on the phone with my mom. My mom and I are not close, but I was on the phone with her multiple times a week. My mother-in-law was a great source of support. We're actually living in Colorado, and I didn't really have any close friends or family out there. I'm from here, my ex is from Texas. But, just talking mostly.
Did you decide to nurse the baby, breastfeed, or
I am 100% for nursing, for breastfeeding. With Anna, her latch was awful. We had a lot harder time getting her to latch, and then with the jaundice, they said, you really need to supplement with formula just to help her to excrete that extra, bilirubin. I was devastated when they told me that I had to or they didn't tell me I had to supplement. They were great. The hospital there was great. They had a great lactation consultant, but they said, you really should, to help, because it'll help her get home quicker. I was devastated. I cried. Now looking back, she was only supplemented once. It was one feeding with formula. That was it. I pumped for 5 months because it was more important that she get the breast milk rather than despite the delivery of it. So I pumped, and she was bottle fed, but she had breast milk for the first 6 months of her life. I pumped for 5 months, and then at 5 months I was like, okay, I'm going to stop. But we had enough frozen that it was another month's supply. And that was my goal, to get her through 6 months, and I did it.
Okay, someone else had a question?
I was just curious how old Anna is now.
She's 4.5.
Is she coming to class, Michelle?
Not today,
No.
but no, I think I think a group is interviewing her.
Oh, there.
I think, yeah,
Diane is a regular here.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
Michelle, actually, you can
Yeah.
see.